Hi everyone, welcome. This is Secca and you're in the broom closet. This is going to be week number 6, I believe, for the Pagan YouTube challenge, the YouTube Pagan Challenge. And this week is, what are some of your cultural influences? I hope I'm not blocking the microphone. I'm not used to using my phone for these videos, but I wanted to come down here to this little corner again because I just like this corner. It's very colorful and it has all my witchy stuff up on my shelf. So here we are, and I thank you for joining me again, everybody, and all the new subscribers and everybody who has commented and liked and shared. You guys are amazing. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So here we go. Okay, week number 6 is, what are some of your cultural influences? And I know I've mentioned before, but I'm just going to start from the beginning. I'm half Croatian and half French Canadian. My mom is French Canadian. She was born in Massachusetts, and her nationality and her background is French Canadian and French. My father immigrated to America when he was about 6 or 7. So that is a pretty cool combination, if I do say so myself. But it was more when I was growing up, the culture in my home, we had to I wasn't allowed to call my mom mom or my dad dad. I still don't call him dad. We were brought up saying mama and tata, and calling our grandparents by, baka and deda, and meme and pepe for the French side. So in our household, we grew up speaking Croatian and English, and I'm sure this is normal in other households. You start to lose it as you get older, and relatives and grandparents unfortunately do pass away, and the language kind of gets lost on the younger generation, which is very sad. But the cultural influences on my side, and they're hard to ignore, even though we were raised Roman Catholic, and my grandparents on both sides were Catholic. It's hard to ignore, and there's no way to muddle it or put the veil over it. Eastern Europe is known for its gypsies and its culture with herbal and medicinal medicines and folklore and myths. So all Eastern Europe, Russia, the Ukraine, even in Scandinavia, I don't know of any Scandinavian or Norwegian blood in me, but I'm sure there is. Up until last year or the year before, I learned that I have Native American blood in me. So, there are so many different factors. So ever since I was a little girl, I was called Ciganka, which in Croatian means little gypsy or gypsy. And just being called that is, it's kind of almost a backhanded compliment, because the Christians, the Catholics don't really care for the gypsies. However, when I tan, I get very, very dark, and I have a dark dark skin, dark hair. So my grandfather always called me Ciganka, and I thought that was the coolest thing. It was out of endearment. This name really shaped me to want to learn more about the gypsy culture, fortune telling, and palm reading. I dove right in. I thought it was the coolest thing. So having the Eastern European and the travelers and that background was very, very shaping to me. I'm going to switch arms. My God, my arm is getting tight. Oops, sorry. Try not to cover the camera. Oh, thank God. That being said, on the French Canadian side, I think that was the side with that has a little bit of the Native American in it. But my mother used to tell me stories of her great aunt, and I didn't know this about my great aunt until she passed away. My Aunt Blanche. My Aunt Blanche was a tea leaf reader. Ah, my light fell over. A tea leaf reader, and she did tarot cards, and that was so cool. And her and her sisters would get together and do all witchy things. So it runs in my family, apparently. And I think having the Native American blood as well is pretty awesome. When I was little, like second or third grade, I don't know if I became obsessed with Pocahontas or what, but I was convinced that I was an Indian, or Native American, Indian princess, whatever you want to call it. And I don't know if I was just channeling a past life or what, because I was so sure. I was so sure of it, and then come to learn years later that I have Native American blood in me. And then another instance about the Native American connection is when I was doing my mediumship class, and through mediums that I've spoken with, they really see a lot of Native American spirit in me. And something cool that happened at this gathering for the mediumship course. We were listening to audio of a channeling, and during this time I was doodling on a piece of paper, and for some reason I had drawn a Native American person sitting beside with their back to a wooded area, gazing over a river, and they had a Native American blanket wrapped around them in a long braid down the back. I wasn't particularly drawing myself, or male or female. You couldn't see the face. It was a view from behind them looking out onto the water. A few weeks later, a gentleman that I had known through this course had been absent for the last couple weeks, and he wasn't there when I drew the picture. And during this point in the one session, we were asked to give messages to each other. He described this exact picture, but he described it as myself sitting there. I pulled out the picture and I unfolded it and I gave it to him to show him, and I said that was out of this world, amazing. So there has to be some kind of strong connection with the Native Americans, and it's so cool here, especially because everything it's heightened. There's not, we learn about Native Americans in Pennsylvania, obviously, and Plymouth and the founding of our country and things like that, but out here it's so different. It's I'm gonna try to learn a little bit more about this culture and the Native American beliefs and all that. So that is my, oh my god, long-winded explanation of my cultural connection, or cultural influences. So cultural influences on my dad's side are the gypsies and the palm reading and all that mystery and folklore. And on my mom's side is the French Canadian in my blood to do palmistry and tea leaf readings and all that good witchy stuff, plus the Native American appreciation. I want to say appreciation for the land, and I've definitely always been drawn to nature, and it's just so funny that I thought I was Native American in second and third grade. How old are you then? 8? 7? 8? So I thought that was pretty cool. Everybody, thank you for joining me. I hope that was understandable. Have a wonderful week. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.